Hey everybody. Woo! This is exciting. So earlier this afternoon, Joe Biden has set aside the nomination for the presidential run for 2024. And in doing so, endorsed his Vice President Kamala Harris. This is exciting news. This shakes up the race. Suddenly, Trump is the old man who mixes up his words and doesn't make sense all the time and talks about things that have nothing to do with anything. So it's time to talk to the cards and see what it is we do next. Already a lot of endorsements have started to come in. The Clintons have released a statement thanking Joe Biden for his service and endorsing Kamala Harris for the Democratic nomination. I had MSNBC on for a real long time. It seems like a lot of the Democratic establishment has started to fall into line. So we're doing another 5-card spread, matching up with the elements. And the first card that we draw is what we have right now. And that would be the 7 of Cups. We've talked about the 7 of Cups before. It came up in the reading I did for Trump's shooting and the beginning of the convention. So the 7 of Cups is distractions, is many choices, is there's too many things in front of you and you can't quite decide on which path is the right way to go. I think that would be a pretty good reading of where we were until a few hours ago. So what we can do now is set aside these distractions. We do have a lot of great options for the nomination. We have a very deep bench: Gretchen Whitmer, Gavin Newsom, Josh Shapiro, Wes Moore. These are all names that are getting thrown around right now, either to challenge Harris or as her running mate. So I'm going to put this down in what we have. That's Earth. And our next card is the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is, if you're looking at the traditional interpretations where the court cards are actual people. So a queen is generally an older woman, and she is, she embodies all of the characteristics of the element. And the element for wands is fire. There's energy, action, work, things getting done. Our presumptive nominee, Kamala Harris, is a pretty good definition of the Queen of Wands, and I think that's a pretty good sign. It comes up in the East, which is air. Fire requires air when you want it to burn. So this is, I'm putting the Queen down as representing Vice President Harris in this reading. So in the South, which is the direction of fire, all of the things that we do, is the 7 of Swords. The 7 of Swords tells us to be crafty, to be strategic. He's sneaking away from wherever he stole those swords from, and he's leaving a couple behind. He's being very strategic in stealing those swords. So this is what we need to do right now. Be strategic, be crafty, be sly. I'm sure that by now you've heard a lot of screaming and yelling from the Republicans. I understand, excuse me, that Trump had a meltdown on his Twitter clone, whatever you call it. That's fun. So let's use this moment in a way that doesn't make us look like the cliche of the Democrats in disarray. That would be a pretty good idea. It's also significant that we have now drawn two sevens in this reading. Sevens are generally a turning point in the journey through the suit. So, for example, the Seven of Cups. You're at a point where you need to make a decision and you're being distracted by all of the different choices. And the Seven of Swords. Swords are messages, swords are thoughts. Swords are intellect versus cups. Cups are emotions and how you feel. So I feel that this is significant. We are certainly at a turning point in the race. So it's time for all of us to think strategically rather than just kind of blue skying for whatever our personal outcome that's closest to our hearts. I mean, hell, I'd love for Elizabeth Warren to run for the nomination. But, you know, keep dreaming. We need her in the Senate. So, what's coming up for us in the West? The West is the Magician. This is a major arcana card. He is very solar, very bright, very active. He has all of the tools that he needs to get things done. And if you've ever heard the phrase "as above, so below," that is the embodiment of the magician. You can see in his posture. It's not Saturday Night Fever. It's bringing the energy in from the upper world and bringing the energy up from the lower world, making change. My favorite author, Starhawk, has a quote in her book Spiral Dance that magic is the act of causing a change in consciousness in accordance with your will. This is the magician. This is magic, and we need some magic in this race right now. And in the center, the position of spirit, we have the Three of Pentacles, which is the collaboration card. So I think we're being told by the cards, and they're being a little pointed about it. It's time for us to get our shit together, coalesce behind a person. That person should be the Queen of Wands. And it's time to think, it's time to be real, and it's time to win this thing. So, thank you for watching. I'm the Athena Witch, brewing up potions and politics.